Hey guys, I was just putting together this video for you guys so you can see how to build your own projects in Fusion. I kind of go over the breakdown of how I did this project, uh, kind of altogether what you should be thinking about when you're making a project like this. Um, so off the rip, you can see I have this real large file on the left here, and this is all going to be the PCB file that I've used. So I have a physical PCB in this project. So the first step is actually importing it, which I did so. You can import under insert. You can insert a whole PCB into here, and this is what I ended up doing. And I uploaded it as a step file, which you can get directly from your website. The next, you can see I made a new component, and I started extruding mounting points for this guy. So this is going to be the hard part. Once you get this all done, let's keep going here. Made some more sketches. I actually extruded a huge box. I determined this is what my size is going to want to be. We can take a real quick look. Let's take a look in Bamboo Lab where I'm going to print this. So one major thing you want to think about is how are you going to print this? In my example case, I have huge flat bottoms. I want there to be a lid. You can see in this, there, if I were to swap this around, it'd be harder to print because I'm doing it the way that I am. None of these parts are going to have issues. You'll have weak lines across these hole inserts as the layers will run horizontally here, so they are prone to snapping. But in this case, I'm going to use a heat insert, and this is actually going to increase the surface layer adhesion between them. So this is actually going to give you a very strong layer. But in my footprint, I'm expecting to put two batteries in the PCB. So this is all something you need to come up with while you're coming up with the sizing. So that's how I determine the sizing. Next, you can see I determined this is about the size of my battery, and this is the size of the walls that I want. Screwed it up. I need it to be a certain height so the batteries are fully enclosed. The next, you can see I have my batteries. This is going to be the diameter of my batteries, and extrude them across. I left some gaps on both sides so they can run wires. Remember to run your wires. If you don't remember where you're going to put your wires, this is going to bite you in the butt later. Our next step, I have a USB. You can see it with these mounting holes. I've disabled a lot of the components on the PCB, but if I start enabling them, you can see we have all these parts, and there are tons of parts. So like we can see right here, this is going to be the MCU. We can see right here we got caps. There's just tons and tons of these components because each one of these is going to be part on the board, and my board has a lot of caps, a lot of pieces, and it's kind of a pain to keep up with all this stuff. But take my word for it, there's the USB here. I determined this was going to be big enough for me to slide it in there. I actually made this mistake afterwards. This was not wide enough to stick my thumbs in because I needed a whole USB in here, and I needed the little tab around the USB. So if we take a look at a USB, we can take a look at this USB right here. Remember, you need to also fit this in height wise too, not only sideways but height wise. And this is something you won't think about the first time. Just remember, you're gonna need these things. I forgot it the first time. I figured it out eventually. I made a plane here. This plane is for my gasket. I knew I wanted a gasket. Um, Actually, this part is for my mounting points. So this is hopefully towards an IPX6 rating, where I'm going for a waterproof attempt. Right here, you can see I added little fillets. This is going to reduce the amount of support materials needed because this will support itself. Make your stuff support itself. In here, could have done it in here too. Then I wouldn't have needed supports on the inside. Now I have a sketch. Let's take a look and see what the sketch is. Sketch and extrude. Oh, just on the outside. Made a gasket. Okay, makes sense. Move the gasket off. Don't need the gasket. Extrude it again. Making my lid. Put a sketch on it. That's what this is gonna be. It's gonna be a sketch. Got a hole. Finding points for my holes. That's what the sketch is for. Same thing here. Finding my points for the holes. I'm using M3, so M3 is gonna be a size 3 hole. You can see if I click on it. 4. So making sure that it's big enough to insert the threads, not gonna be tight. We get another. So right here, a line. What am I doing here? So offset plane. Next, make a little hole. Next, extrude. Oh look, it's a little tiny hole here, right? If I take off the lid, we can actually see this is the start of a vent hole for me. Your next tool is going to be linear pattern. Linear pattern saves you so much. So when you do something like linear pattern, you can just drag these, make it fit how you want. What you do want to do is use optimized. Optimized will make your fusion work faster. Adjust or identical, these are going to be very slow. You want optimized. You want this load quickly. Now we have another sketch. What is this sketch looking for? This sketch is looking for, let me re-enable the body. Gotta enable the top hole. Oh, putting a solar panel right there. Oh, you know what you forgot? Wire hole. We do need to put wires. You know what else I forgot? The plug for the USB. So this is going to be my block. The plug goes right into here. And I'm going to need some more holes because I need to insert threads into something. So that's where my holes go. And remember to run your wires. You see, you can tell I forgot it the first time. Remember to run your wires. This is where my wires come through. My solar panel, the wires come out from the middle. I need to run them from the middle to the hole. Remember this. You will forget, it's okay. Again, add fillets where you can to make it easier in printing. I actually decided that I didn't need my gasket on the USB to be that big, so I reduced it. And then I ended up making my holes bigger, or not my holes, I ended up making my platforms a little bigger here because actually it was this hole. Made this hole a little bit bigger, moved it down is actually what ended up happening there, so I didn't have to remake the parts. Got a new sketch, and got it again. What is this doing? Oh, if you take a look, I put a ridge along the inside. So this is using a humidity sensor to check what the air does. This goes outside. It's a weather monitoring station. So one thing that I don't want is I don't want water to get in through these holes, but I want air. So this is going to be where you put the mesh. And I left enough room so you can hot glue gun it around the outside. Next. Got some little artwork. I ended up not using it. Got my class and the project name. Screwed it out. Got me and my partner's name. I'm hiding that just so you guys don't see it, just for his privacy. Same again here. vent hole. Other side. This. I need the spot to adhere it on the backside. This one's going to be my partner's name, but this is kind of the process of how you should build. For example, for me, this is just a project box. This is for one of my engineering classes that I need. Um, you want to use things that you can change. You want to use whole features, and you can go in here and edit them if you need to swap anything. You should be using uh, linear patterns. Linear patterns are amazing. I had to change these multiple times, and overall, this is just how you go through and make a project. I know a lot of people don't know how to do this, so I figured I'd make this for you, help you guys out. One other thing is you can actually group all these, make these a little bit more organized. You can see I did that on the bottom here because there's so many features in here. It makes it hard to read. You wouldn't be able to go through this. I actually like Fusion. Fusion's really nice when you're done. You know, here's some of my other projects. You can actually export. Export is a 3MF. Bamboo loves it. Bam, pull it up right into Bamboo, import to the project. When you're doing something like this is what I was saying. You need to be conscious of the way that you're making stuff. If we take a look, I do have supports enabled. Look at all the places I need supports. This spot right here, definitely could have chamfered this. Definitely could have made this a different way. Wouldn't need any of those supports. Same with the inside. This ledge, probably do need these ones, but I could reduce the support material. You need to design in a way that will allow your prints to work without needing all the support. It's just the better way to do this. And overall, there's some things that you can risk. Like for example, this ledge. This ledge is going to be okay. It's only a little layer. It's very thin. If you were wondering, one thing that I do always recommend is use tree. Make sure that you should be using outer brim. Outer brim is very helpful. Inner brim's a little hard to fill a spot like down here. I didn't need it because I knew that this was going to work. But outer brim, phenomenal tool. And this is how you build your projects. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments. I'd love to give you guys some more support. Yeah, this semester was kind of rough for engineering, so I kind of went on the down low. We'll see if I return back to my other video on how to make an amp. I'm still kind of interested in it. I do have some speakers in my car that I'm interested in possibly moving indoors, and I actually was able to this semester learn a lot more about PCB design and understand a lot more of the fundamentals. And I should be able to teach some things on what I've learned and maybe what are some good approaches. So if you guys have any questions, just leave them in the comments and let me know. See you.